State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. All right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And he'll get ahead for about 3 on the first play from scrimmage. Second and 7. Here's Daniels. That's downfield. He's got Sinnott, the tight end. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut, where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the first down.
That's 13 more on that play, and quickly, another first down.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On first down, Daniels. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Here's a screen set up for Benson. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Quickly to the outside and complete. They get 14 on that hookup. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. A run out of the gun with Benson. So that's a good bounce back there. They'll get this back very close to that first down mark.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
2nd and a yard.
19 Lions, set ready.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's to the right side and incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And 3rd down coming up.
Seems like the quarterback was a little predetermined in his read. I think he decided even before seeing the coverage where that ball was going. Next time, read the coverage. Let the play unfold. Don't force something that's not there.
1st down and more inside the 40. The speed on display. He's in. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Cardinals. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. Second and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. To the left side here, caught by Baker.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Third and 2. Here's Daniels. He's got his tight end. That's Sinnott. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments, That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. That was in a curve.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Daniels to throw on second down. He finds Jahan. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
3rd and a yard. Third and a yard. It's Daniels. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their 2nd. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Patterson's kick is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10.
Let's go. 70 range. 70 range.
Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Come on. Set.
Again, it's Benson. 14 on the pickup. It's an Arizona 1st down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Now this time they'll look to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball is going to go.
Go.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That is intercepted. Picked off by Mikey Sainristil. And the Commanders are going to have the ball at their own 18-yard line.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So a big one there to start the drive. 33 yards. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and he goes down. A sack that should be the final play of this first quarter. So after one, 7-3 is our score. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is incomplete. John Dodson was the intended receiver there. And that'll set up 4th down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Smash! Here we go, sack!
They'll go again with Benson. Room to run inside the 40. They'll get 19 out of that play. It's good for a Cardinals 1st down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Go!
He'll look to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion, These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Come on, set. 19 tight, 19 tight. Take go.
Now they'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 14 and a first down. They can still get a first down at the 1. First and 10, they go from the 11. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll run, and here's Benson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
He'll try and get there up, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. That's going to be intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he tried to keep the play alive, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, goes to ground
and he'll be taken down. They get him back at the 5-yard line.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt a pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. A throw left side, caught by Sinnott. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, this is one of those times where you really see the evolution of the tight end position, right? It's not the days of just go past the 1st down, turn around, catch it, and fall. We see so many guys around the league that with the ball in their hand, they're almost more running back than they are tight end.
On third down, they'll throw with Daniels. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
All right, so that's consecutive drives now. You've come out here and thrown interceptions. I think at this point, Mike, it's time to run the ball. It's time to give this offense a little bit of a reset, settle this quarterback down. And if nothing else, let's cool off this secondary. They are flying to the ball. They are taking chance after chance. Let's remove them from the defense for a while, make them defend the run, and let's...
Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Past midfield. Inside the 30. Nothing better than a big man touchdown. The defensive lineman comes up with a pick six. Celebration time for the guys up front.
Yeah, Mike, and you can always see which guys have a little running back in their pass, because this big guy, when he got his hands on the ball, he was not being stopped until he found himself in the end zone.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Commanders are back within 4. It is 14-10. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Here we go, set. Ready.
Right back to the air following that pick six. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Let's go. Mustang 19.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 5. They'll stick with him again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Daniels. He's got his man complete to Johnson.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll have more from Glendale. after this. Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10. They'll throw with Daniels. In trouble, and down he goes.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
There's not a position on the field, Mike, let alone any sport, where the mental side doesn't come in and impact how well you perform. And in this case, when you've thrown 4 interceptions in one game, I think we can all safely assume some of those mental issues have seeped into his game. And if he can't get settled down, he's playing right into the hands of this defense.
70 Lions.
A run with Benson. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Jamin Davis there to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Here we go. Here we go. Go street. Tracking 60. Ready.
Straight ahead, they go with Benson. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Ready. Hut, hut.
He'll drop to throw. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. 19 yards on the gain, and that's good for a 1st down.
Tag.
They'll look to throw. Oh, man, wide open. He's got it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the 1st half, and the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Now he'll air one out. That is brought in. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. A huge play just before the half. 56 yards. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Off he goes. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
19 right.
Now Daniels. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the 1st half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Extra point by Patterson is good. And the Commanders are back within 4. It's 21-17. 7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Break. Set. Ready.
Slot receiver headed right.
Go.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. So we have reached halftime, and it's a 4-point game. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the 2nd half. Pretty interesting 1st half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this 2nd half gets underway. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Benson. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got it! And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
79 Broncos.
They run out of the gun with Benson. And a nice run there on 1st down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
Let's go now.
32-yard line.
Now give up the middle, it's Benson. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Check. Go.
On 3rd down, they go with Benson.
I think the decision of whether or not you kick the field goal or keep your offense on the field, Mike, comes down to, do you have a play on your call sheet you love? Do you have a critical down, 4th down play that you know is going to work? Because if you do, now's the time to dial it up, be aggressive, and extend this drive.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Benson. And he's going to have the Cardinals' 1st down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2. On the handoff, this is Benson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's brought down at the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Come on, set.
They'll run here with Benson. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll run with Benson. And no signal, waiting. They say he did not break the play. He's down inside the 1. Ball a little closer now. It is 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Good blocking, and he's in. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him in the game, and 60 on the year.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Daniels. He'll go right and find his running back. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10, it's 1st and goal. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 43 yards. Here's a run. And they are all over that on defense. Good search. Drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Now from the 9, it'll be 2nd and goal. Here's Daniels. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Cardinals have got it. He gets free. Inside the 40. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
The extra point, up and good. And the Cardinals will extend this 3rd quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
And the Commanders' 1st first down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
17.
Ready up. Here we go. Set. Ready.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. He's got room to roam. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
First down, Commander.
18 left. 18 left. Let's go. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Daniels now on 1st down. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's 3rd and 2.
60 back. Ready. Mustang 19. Warriors 70. Buffalo 18. Back to 60.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Commander. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Makes the score Cardinals 35. Commanders 24.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
30-yard line.
Set. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready.
Start out with a run, and it's Benson.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Ready.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Set up. Tiger. 19 Tiger. Hut.
Again, it's Benson. And once again, they try the same runner. They get the same result. Back-to-back carries of no gain. Now it's 3rd down.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
Go.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. They pick up 17 through the air. It's an Arizona 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
18 Pioneer.
On the ground, it's Benson. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Lions. 79 Broncos. Ready?
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Ready? 18 Cardinal.
They'll go again with Benson. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the 1st down. They send him right out of the slot. A give. Here's Benson. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Set. Come 19. Come 19.
They'll run. Here's Benson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. First and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Here's a run going left. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. to the line now on 2nd and 2. They try the right side with Benson. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
Here's a chance to put this game away. 1st down and goal. On the toss, they go with Benson. And this one blown up. Good surge will drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
The task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal. Straight ahead, they go with Benson. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal.
Viking 18, Stephanie. Trap 60, trap 60.
They'll run. And the defense rallies to the ball, brings them down at the 5. It's 4th down. The field goal unit is out for the Cardinals. This about as short as you can get. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Cardinals will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to air this one out. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So it's a win for the Cardinals. Their winning ways can